magnetic particle inspection that we discussed earlier, and now we are going into the detail that how this magnetic particle is helpful for testing the material, that the things we already discussed. So this magnetic particle inspection can detect both the production discontinuity, lab grinding, cracks and quenching, and in service damage, that we discussed these points. That so I'm just passing on this one by one, and then we come to the point of that how this magnetic particle inspection is taking place. Just introduction of magnetism, that is the ability of a matter to attract other matter to itself, and object that possess the property of magnetism are said to be magnetic or magnetized, and that magnetic line of force can be found in and around the objects. So the magnetic pole in is a point where the magnetic line of force exists or enter a material. So this magnetic field line is form a complete loops and do not cross it, and that follow the path of the released resistance, and having the same strength with the direction such they cause poles to attract or repel, so that the magnetic line of force around a bar magnet, that is the opposite poles attracting and the similar poles. So this is the thermal image of magnetization is showing here. So as we know how this magnetic particle inspection work, so that according to the figure you can see how this magnetic particle inspection is to be examined, and this ferromagnetic test specimen is magnetized with a strong magnetic field that is created by a magnet or a special equipment. And if the specimen has a discontinuity, the discontinuity will interrupt the magnetic field that flowing through the specimen, and leakage field that will occur. So that is how these problem is to be shot out with the help of these magnetism, and that magnetic particle inspection, how it works. So that we utilizing this magnetization to find out the magnetic particles inspection. So these are the particle which is made by the iron coated particle with a dye pigment, and they are applied to the test specimen. So these particles are attracted to leakage field and will cluster to form an indication directly over the discontinuity. So this indication can be visually detected under the proper lighting and the condition. So as you can see, there is a figure that a bar of magnet bar, in which the flow of magnetic field is going from south to north, but there is a crack in between them, and due to that crack they created a kind of a south and north pole over here on that particular location. So due to that magnetization, when we put that iron particle onto that surface, or we sprinkle that particular surface with these coated particle, so that iron particle will attract it to that crack, and can be seen visually detected by in the some visual manner or in the lightning condition. So that we discussed in the earlier as well, that how these processes were principle is working and how this work. So there are the now step by step procedures that are to be followed, and these are the basic steps that involve the component pre-cleaning, the introduction of magnetic field, the application of the magnetic media, and the interpretation of magnetic particle indications. So these four basic procedures that are to be followed. And in that, uh, this is the first one, that the pre-cleaning of particle is to be required, which is going for this kind of operation. So pre-cleaning, in every condition, most of the NDT technique is following, going through the pre-cleaning. So this inspecting test part with the magnetic particle method, it is essential for that particle to have unimpeded path for migration to both strong and weak leakage field alike, that the part surface should be clean and dry before the inspection. So जब भी हम इस पर्टिकुलर ऑपरेशन को परफॉर्म करने जाएंगे, उस समय कभी जो भी अगर पार्टिकल क्रैक्स हैं तो उस सरफेस के ऊपर छोटे और बड़े क्रैक्स होंगे, तो अगर उसके ऊपर कॉन्टामिनेशंस होंगे, गंदगी होगी, तो वो क्रैक्स इजीली अट्रैक्टेबल नहीं होंगे. सो करेंगे क्या, उस चीज़ को प्रॉपर डिटेक्ट करने के लिए हम जितने भी उसके सरफेस के ऊपर ऑयल, ग्रीस, पेंट, स्केल्स, ये जितनी भी चीज़ें लगी हुई हैं उसको प्रॉपरली क्लीन करेंगे, एंड दैट शुड बी क्लीन इन अ वेरी प्रॉपर वे, एंड that leading to the contamination, that as oil, grease or the scale may not only prevent the particle from being attracted to leakage field, they may also interfere with the interpretation of the indication as well. So these all are the major problem that is to be concerned we are performing these operations. So that the thing in the pre-cleaning that we are doing. And these particular pre-cleaning and the magnetism having a very vital role, that is to be clean. So the sequence of this operation in the magnetic particle testing involves also the timing and application of the particle and their magnetism current as well. So along with this, sometimes the residual magnetization is also used, and normally it continuous magnetization sequence is applied. So with either with the wet or the dry particle, for most of the application, the sequence of the operation differ from the wet and the dry continuous magnetism technique, and that is this application is to be followed. So these are the second method that we need to follow. Then after cleaning, it is the time for introducing this magnetic field. So the required magnetic field can be introduced into a component in a number of different ways. These are the various kind of a way to apply these magnetization, and these are required the magnetic field that can be introduced into the component for in a number of different way. So this is the using a permanent magnet or an electromagnet that contact the test piece, flowing an electrical current through the specimen, and flowing an electrical current through a coil of wire around the part or through a central conductor that is running near the part. So these are the test methods of operation that is to be used for introduction of the magnetic field. And these methods basically introduction is involve the two kind of method of operation that is to be achieve the best result in the magnetic particle testing. And it is essential to orient the line of magnetic flux in a direction perpendicular to the discontinuity or the defect. So these is usually obtained by employing the two kindly magnetism techniques. And these two general type of magnetic field that are the longitudinal and the circular that may be stabilized within the specimen, and the type of magnetic field stabilized is determined by the method used to magnetize the specimen. So these are the two techniques, the circular magnetization and the longitudinal magnetization. So what are these magnetic field so that employed in आइडेंटिफिकेशन. सो इसके पीछे रीज़न ये है कि जो लॉन्गिट्यूडनल और सर्कुलर मोशन है ये बेसिकली हिडन क्रैक्स को आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए. तो पेरिफेरियल सरकमटेंस में अगर किसी प्रकार का डिफेक्ट है और सिर्फ लॉन्गिट्यूडनल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड जाएगा तो इस चांसेस हो सकते हैं कि एजेस या फिर ऐसे सरफेसेस पे जहाँ पे वो पैरेलल लाइन जो मैग्नेटिक की फील्ड है लॉन्गिट्यूडनल फील्ड है वो प्रॉपरली उसको टच ना कर सके. सो that is to be follow, and that problem is need to be take care by overcoming this applying by application of these techniques. So this circular magnetization is a kind of electric current is passing through the a conductor that is produce a magnetic field with the magnetic flux line at approx 90 degree centigrade 90 degree to the current flow that is following the right hand rule of the current flow. So as you can see in this figure, this is the circular one. Magnetic field has the magnetic line of force that run circumferentially around the perimeter of the part. And what happen when the current pass through the conductor, magnetic field is present on its surface as well as around it. However, when the current is passed through a defect free ferromagnetic conductor such as carbon steel or rod, or the most of the magnetic flux field is confined within the conductor itself, and when a longitudinal defect in line with the current flow, so that current flow is present in the conductor, then such a circular magnetic field is able to detect. So the thing is that if the parallel crack is available that is leading to the longitudinal, सो अगर पैरेलल में जो लॉन्गिट्यूडनल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है उसी के पैरेलल में क्रैक हुआ उसी डायरेक्शन में, तो चांसेस ये हो सकते हैं कि वो सरपास कर जाए या आगे निकल जाए, उसको मिस कर जाए. तो इस चीज़ को ओवरकम करने के लिए हम इस तरह के सर्कुलर मोशंस को आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं. नाउ द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड डायरेक्शन, दैट इज़ द मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स लीकेज एंड द लॉन्गिट्यूडनल we left one of the important part, that is the longitudinal magnetization. So let's just introduce the when a defect or kind of discontinuity is oriented along the circumference of the welded component or any component, it may not be detected by a circular magnetic field, instead longitudinal so magnetic field. So the perpendicular to the flaw is needed, and this is created by using a circular coil, and that is in order to check a test specimen fluffy and the fully in a proper manner with the both circular and the longitudinal magnetization that must be achieved, and that must be achieved by this particular. So that importance of this particular magnetization techniques, and now the importance of this magnetic field direction, that is being able to magnetize the part in two direction, and in that because that the important thing is that uh, because the best detection of the defect occur when the line of magnetic force are stabilized at right angle to the longest dimension of the defect. As you can see in this particular figures, how these longitudinal and circumferential magnetic fields are work to detect the cracks on the surface. So this orientation create the largest disruption of the magnetic field within the part and the greatest flux leakage at the surface of the part. So an orientation of 40 to 90 degree between the magnetic field and the detect is necessary to form an indication so that the since that defect may occur in various and unknown direction, each part is normally magnetized in two direction at right angle to each other. As you can see, these the leakage, flux leakage, that identifying repassing these particular cracks, and no flux leakage, that is also showing here, and in the longitudinal crack will also can be identified with the circular, and this is the current flow is showing over here. So these so there is a question that according to this previous one, defects, which kind of defect are easily found in the image below, that is having the external field and the longitudinal magnetic currents, that is showing over here. See, this is the longitudinal along the axis and transverse perpendicular to the axis. So the perpendicular will taking care most frequently manner as compared to the longitudinal. And now this is the how we producing this particular longitudinal magnetic field. As you can see, it is helpful to detect the cracks on the surface. As you can see, there is a coil on the wet horizontal inspection unit, and there is the portable coil. So this longitudinal magnetic field is usually stabilized by placing the part near the inside or a coil's annuals, and this produce magnetic field line of force that are parallel to the long axis of the test part. And in the further, there is a producing the longitudinal field using the permanent or the electromagnetic magnets. These are the permanent magnets, and these are the basic equipment as well. That is the prod and yoke method, the basic equipment that is utilizing for generating the magnetic field. So the basic equipment for the magnetic particle testing, that is for the small size component that we utilize is to the similar the test size jobs. Portable equipment is required for the basic type. These are the prod and the yoke method. So these permanent magnet and the electromagnetic yoke are also used to produce a longitudinal magnetic field as well for the small component, and the magnetic line of force run from one pole to other. So this prod method is a kind of technique, the equipment that is using to localize the area, and that can be magnetized by passing the current through the component by means of half hand held contact or the prod, as you can see here in the figure as well. And this is the manual clamp or the magnetic leech that may be used instead of the prod. So the passage of the current through the workpiece creates local circular magnetic field in the area between the contact points. This method is usually extensively for localized inspection of weldments, where the area of interest is confined to the weld zone and the probe must be securely held to in the contact with the part to avoid arcing at the contact points. For this reason, a low open circuit voltage of 2 to 16 volt is utilized, and this method provide only a unidirectional magnetic field. Therefore, it is necessary to reorient the contact at about 90 degree and remagnetization of the complete inspection the areas. So this probe method and the yoke is also a kind of a method that localized, that is induced with the help of solenoid having flexible extension of the core, and when the extension make contact with the component under test and the coil is energized, the magnetic field of the solenoid is concentrated in the component between the contact point, and the equipment for this method can be relatively small and lightweight. So this the another desirable feature of this technique is that unlikely the probe method, the electric current is not transferred in the workpiece, thus there is no tendency to arc burn or the component. And then there is another method, that is the circular magnetic field, that circular magnetic field are produced by passing current through the part or by placing the part in a strong circular magnetic field. There is a induced magnetic field is provided to the workpiece, and headshot on a wet horizontal test unit, and the use of probe are several common method of injecting current in a part that we discussed to produce a circular magnetic field. The placing parts on a central conductor carrying high current is another way to produce the field. As you can see in these particular figures, these are providing the various techniques for the circular magnetic field. And this the another method, that the application of the magnetic media, wet versus dry media. So these are the basic techniques to use the wet or the dry particle magnetic powder methods, that to identify the MPI can be performed using either dry particles or particles suspended in a liquid. With the dry method, the particles are lightly dusted on the surface. With the wet method, and the part is flooded with a solution that carrying particle. The dry method is more portable than the wet method is, and these are generally more sensitive since the liquid carrier gives the magnetic particle additional mobility. So this is the application of magnetic media. These are the two types. These are the dry types and the wet types, and they play a very vital role and advanced role to understand this. So there is one dry method is wherein the dry magnetic particles or the powder is sprinkled on the workpiece, and the other is the wet method, that using the wet magnetic particles that is suspended in the liquid. So this dry powder is more satisfactory on rough surfaces and provides for the greatest portability of inspection. So this method is likely to reveal a subsurface flaw better than the wet method. That are much smaller than in the these dry method, and wet produce is far more sensitive to fine surface defect So these factors make wet magnetic particle testing better suited for discovery of fine surface flaws on the smooth surfaces. And this liquid used for the wet method could be a water or the petroleum distillation like white kerosene oil and other. So these both oil based and the water suspension provide nearly these so as you can see in the figure, the magnetic particle, that is the dry magnetic particle, having the variety of color, and this color produce a high level of contrast against the background should be used. And this is the wet magnetic particle that we're discussing, and the provision of this liquid wet particle, that is the dry particle are suspended into the liquid medium, and these wet particle are typically supplied as a visible or the fluorescent, and these visible particle are viewed under normal white light and fluorescent particle that are viewed under black light as well. So these suspension of the provide nearly equal sensitivity. The fire hazard due to arcing is avoided with the water suspension. However, the presence of water near electrical apparatus create a shock hazard that must be guarded against, and the magnetic particle are available in, that is the you can see in the basic colors. These are the two colors. These are the red and the black, and the red particle are better for the dark surface. So that's why we are using this kind of magnetization technique. And now how this particular inspection of method to interpret that how these system is to work. So before moving towards this, we can look some of the figures. As you can see, this is the wet particle methods that is showing over here. So this interpretation of these particular test results that is showing over here. As you can see, there is a fluorescent wet particle method applied on the parts of the, as you can see, there is a hook, crane hook, that service induced crack, and this is the kind of gear, the dry shaft with the heat treatment induced crack. As you can see, due to the heat treatment, that the crack is generated on the drive shaft as well. That this is the spline shaft with the service induced crack. As you can see how this inspection is helpful to identify these kind of fine cracks. Then the inspection of interpretation, that is the threaded shaft with the service induced crack with the fluorescent wet particle method. Then again the threaded shaft with the service induced crack that we talked about. This is the bolt and this is the crankshaft. So you can see there is a lots of problems that can be examined for this component, and that's how after examining these kind of component, these component are well okay to go for the run. So this is the lack of SMAW weld that is using the dry powder method. So these are the indication, that is the toe crack problem that is showing over there, as you can see in the figure. This is the throat and the toe crack again, that is a partially grounded with the visibility of the dry powder method. As you can see the red mark. So after application of this particular magnetization technique or the magnetic particle, the part that is inspected by this the magnetic particle method may sometime have an objectional residual magnetic field, and that is to be removed. And the possible reason for demagnetization that include may interfere with the welding or the machining operation, that can affect the gauges and that are sensitive to magnetic field. Abrasive particle may adhere to component surface and causing the increase in the wear to engineering component, gear, bearing, etc. Then the demagnetization is required that the residual magnetic field is reserved and reduced by the inspector, and this process will scramble the magnetic domain and reduce the strength of the residual field to an acceptable level. So that is how we can demagnetize this particular inspection. And this demagnetization is very much important thing for most of the application. And where most of the time when a massive a massive structure is involved, AC does not work because it failed to penetrate sufficiently to accomplish demagnetization. So in that case, the DC magnetization is should be used, and the field that should be gradually reduced to zero while undergoing cyclic reversal, and the hammering and the rotating in the field with some time assist demagnetization as well. So when the annealing or the stress relief heat treatment will demagnetize the steel weldment, and the total demagnetization is always accomplished when the weldment is heated above the Curie temperature 768 degree for carbon steel. So that is the thing, and this is the advantage of this magnetic particle inspection, that can be uh, detected both on the surface and near surface. And this is the limitations.